PP405 versus GT20029 video. Let's just break down what exactly happened. So this isn't working at the level of the dermal papilla cell where things like GT20029 and Breezula are. It's actually working on the mitochondrial pyruvate carrier of the stem cells in the bulge. So the bulge is where the stem cells are typically housed. And what happens is PP405 binds to the mitochondrial pyruvate carrier, MPC, and it interacts with it in such a way that it shifts cellular metabolism, so stem cells then become active again, which means that dormant hair follicles re-enter the hair growth cycle, so they can activate dormant hair follicles, and that's really encouraging. And it does this independent of DHT, so it doesn't change hormones, does not mitigate DHT interaction with those binding sites one iota. So if you compare that to GT, we'll call it GT for short because my tongue's getting tired. What happens with GT, as we just answered in that first question, is GT comes along at the level of the dermal papilla cell where you've got these DHT molecules binding to the androgen receptor, and as we just said, through this ubiquitin process, PROTAC technology, you've got the situation in which that little androgen receptor gets flagged by the ligase, the proteasome comes along and degrades the androgen receptor, and so you have less androgen receptors available to bind DHT. So they are very distinct. PP405 has no interaction whatsoever with the DHT androgen binding sites, androgen receptor binding sites. GT does. So they work independently, very different mechanisms of action. So I hope that summarizes that question for you.